Field goal kicking is hard now, really hard. It's hard, but it's made out to be like the easiest thing in the world. So when a kicker misses a kick, he's like the biggest waste of life ever. If a kicker makes a kick, it's like, yeah, well, so what? That's your job. You're not really even a player. I mean, it's all wrong. Completely twisted, all wrong. And we learned this past weekend when Cody Parkey solved the equation, doink squared equals playoff elimination. And if this guy's life was miserable on the field after he doinked that kick, double doinked, it only got worse on Twitter when every keyboard killer coast to coast was on there making insane threats and saying really reprehensible things. So, why am I still talking about this 8 days later? Well, going to the weekend, Parkey dropped by the Today Show for a national interview where he told the hosts that he has wisely stayed off of social media since he plastered the goalposts.
I haven't been on social media or anything like that.
Smart man.
Yeah, so a lot of good can come from it and a lot of bad can come from it. But at the same time, I've gotten a lot of positive messages. Like I said earlier, I feel worse than anybody about missing that kick because I wanted to make it more than anybody.
He handled that perfectly. Like, there's some really good things about social media and some really horrible things about social media, and nobody feels worse about missing that kick than me because I want to make it worse than anybody. He handled that great. But since he's not on Twitter, and I am, let me update him on what happened Saturday at Goose Island Beer Company in Chicago. In case you missed it, Goose Island took up for Parkey. Issued a challenge last week stating, quote, a lot of armchair kickers on here are saying that they could hit the field goal, which we find doubtful. You're going to sit there on your throne of potato chips and vape pens and criticize this dude's athleticism. Get real. So you know what we're going to do? Build a dang field goal post in the middle of the street outside of our brewery, and all you pro athletes can come out and prove us wrong. Hit the 43-yard field goal, and you'll win beer for a year and eternal glory. Eternal glory. End of quote. That is awesome. Have some, vape guy. You berry-flavored robot dart inhaling bag. 101 people got to the brewery hours early and they signed up. 101 people attempted that same 43-yard field goal, which was staged in the parking lot in the snow. 101 people missed badly. No free beer for a year. No eternal glory. Just a bunch of overconfident bros slipping in the snow and shanking leather every way but straight. I can't even pick my favorite miss because the first try hard of the day was an ex-high school kicker who slipped and drilled the 7-foot-tall fence in front of him, which was there acting as the D-line.
Go, Tommy boy!
The miss was great, especially since that dude showed up in cleats and his old practice gamer. But the quote to the Tribune afterwards was the most ex-high school athlete quote ever. He said, and I quote, I know I can make the kick. I just slipped. I know I can make the kick. I just didn't. Shout out to everybody who showed up and had to listen to high school football stories from all the ex-high school players who were there on Saturday. Had to be miserable. The other miss that I cannot get enough of is the dude who launched a rocket 3 feet off the ground and dead left right into a security guard's grapes. Right into a security guard's grapes. Heat-seeking missile right to the package.
Hans Moleman Productions presents Man Getting Hit by Football.
This contest is over. Give that man the $10,000. The ball is groin. It works at so many levels.
Now, on the one hand, I feel badly for the dude who had to wear a 100-mile-per-hour Duke off his junk. On the other hand, I'm wondering why the hell anybody would stand in front of an amateur kicker in the snow. I mean, you're kind of asking for it, right? 101 attempts, 101 misses. Like I said, field goal kicking is hard. You don't believe me? Ask Adam Vinatieri. He missed both his kicks Saturday. Not at a brewery, but in a real live NFL playoff game. His first miss was from 23 yards, and he blistered the left upright. Terrible miss, but a great reaction from Chris Collinsworth.
Wow. That wasn't a doink. That was a dong.
My man, that was not a doink. That was a dong.
Wow. That wasn't a doink. That was a dong.
That's why my man's one of the best in the business. Doinks, dongs, shanks, hooks, pulls, blocks, whatever. Field goal kicking is hard. That dong should tell you that. Because that guy's one of the best to ever do it. And still, that was a dong. So the next time you see a doink or a dong,
That was a dong.
push away from your keyboard. You're not supposed to feel worse than the guy who donged it.
That was a dong.
That was a dong.
That was a dong.
You know it's hard if that guy's missing a 23-yard field goal and then chasing it with a missed PAT. He had never missed a point after in his postseason career. That was a dong.
That was a dong.
I'm glad. That was a brilliant promotion. Oh, you think it's so easy, right? All right, legends, come on out here. Come on out here. Give it a shot. 0 for 101.